professor of economics at Claremont McKenna College, and I have just finished presenting a paper called To Regulate, to Litigate, or Both. And the purpose of this paper is actually to look at essentially the trade-off between regulation and litigation. We examine about 800 class actions against the insurance industry. And the fundamental question is, in areas where you see more stringent regulation, do you see less or fewer class action filings? And our general finding is that you don't really see sort of much of a relationship between regulation and litigation. What you do see is a relationship between potential success for that line of litigation in the state being a key part of the filing decision. What was interesting about the discussion that we just had was a lot of the discussion sort of centered on how the substitution between regulation and class action might still exist once you accounted for sort of choice of venue issues. So the argument that others were making, and I'm going to have to think about more carefully, is look, if you have a choice of venue, the choice of state you file in may not actually tell you a lot about sort of the regulations that were affecting the people who are the plaintiffs in the case, if you will. So the argument would be that if a case is filed in Illinois, but on behalf of people in 35 other states, well, what does the regulation in those other 35 states look like? And perhaps that lax regulation is what led to the case, but in fact the implication is that you chose the venue only because you were more likely to succeed. And that was an interesting sort of part of the discussion. I'm not actually sure how that's going to shake out when I go back and have another conversation with the data.